Welcome everyone back to another episode of Macro Crypto, where we talk about anything and everything involved in the crypto space. And today we're going to be taking a little bit of a deep dive into some hidden gems within the NFT space, trying to give you a different perspective, a macro perspective when it comes to NFTs, helping you remove yourself from that herd mentality. Before we dive into that content, I got my Squishy Squad member, Mean Muggin, intimidating you to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. That's if you enjoy the content, that is. Also, head over to our Twitter page at Macro Crypto Club and give us a follow. Like always, link will be down in the description. Let's dive into my rant into the NFT space itself. Everyone and their mother is whitelisting, minting, and flipping. Whitelist, mint, flip. Whitelist, mint, flip. Everyone's doing it. Why are you doing it? You're going to get wrecked. Everyone's getting wrecked right now. Left and right, with ETH price also going up and NFTs just flopping. What are you doing? I'm not saying NFTs are going away. I think these community tokens are gonna be is the future. I really do. I think NFTs are here to stay. If that's not proven to you already, get yourself in the game. But understand this is stop having that herd mentality of trying to get a whitelist spot and flip and think you're gonna 10x gain. You're just not. Everyone's doing it, and you're just gonna get wrecked and lose wealth over time. You know, my perspective, of course, always is building wealth through Bitcoin and Ethereum. But if you're in the NFT space and that's where you want to place your stake, guess what? Don't do it by minting and flipping, especially when everybody is doing it. Okay? Just a recommendation. Start having a different perspective. Remove yourself from the herd. Get a different line of thinking on how to build that wealth. And I think that's going to be through a macro view on building a community that you're already invested in, that you believe in, especially when you know the team and then the team is doxxed. Stop investing in teams that have anonymous members and that you don't know who they are and what they bring to the table. So that's just me on my rant, giving you a little bit of a perspective on these community tokens are for you to bring awareness to. Start giving something to the community. All right. Stop being the one that sits on the sideline and waits for that community token to grow and build over time while others pull their weight, and you're just waiting there to try to cash in. And then you're the one bitching about the price, or the floor price, I should say, of that specific NFT that you're involved in. Get your NFT out there, bring awareness to it, bring some content to the community itself, and make it the dopest community around. Make it so exclusive and just make others jealous and want to be a part of that community. That's going to alone drive the price up of any NFT in any community. Just my perspective, my 2 cents, my rant. Let's go ahead, dive into today's content. I'm giving you a not so hidden gem, of course, to start out. Like I mentioned, it's my Squishy Squad. I'm just showing off. I basically got this Squishy Squad member in the mint from Journey with that hat wearing backward wearing hat guy. Basically, I'm stumbling all over the place on my words. It's just ironic that, we just go together way too well. So I'll be keeping this forever. It's guaranteed. I don't have a name for him yet, but if you got something that you want to throw my way, throw them in the comment section. Please keep it nice if you do. Cowboy hat, lightsaber, picked him up at 0.2 a little while back. I just felt like I had to get somebody within, a lightsaber. It just made sense to me. And I love the snow monkey with the headphones, just way too cute. So I got 3. I'm invested within this space itself. I do enjoy this community a lot. I think they bring value outside of just whitelist spots, even though if that's your thing, they do have a bunch of whitelist spots, some dope projects. But like we just talked about, that's just a quick way to get wrecked. I think whitelist spots should be used for those who truly want to be part of communities in the long term, and that's just going to help bring a better strength for that community to get more white spots down the line. They do have some really cool AMAs recently with guest speakers that bring some knowledge into the space. And also, I think there's a game in development, but at the end of the day, I own the IP, if I'm not mistaken, for these Squishy Squad members. And so I'm trying to bring some value to my specific Squishy Squad members, making them a part of this video. Also, other content that will be derived through this YouTube channel down the line. So just wait and see with that. But Again, if you do want to get yourself involved in a space, it's 0.21 on the floor price for the Squishy Squad. Also, reason why I'm in this is because I do think there's going to be some form of connection with the Journey Club Mint Pass or the Journey Voyagers all together. It's just a conspiracy theory. So don't take that to the bank, but that's just my line of thinking. I do love this community. I'm going to be staying into this community. I'm going to help it grow, and I'm going to be investing some of my time and effort to bring awareness to the Squishy Squad. So all you Squishy Squad members out there, let's get after it, okay? Now, diving into some of these hidden gems. First one up is the Steezy Ape Gang. Basically, it's a derivative, but it has some of the dopest drip type of artwork that is in the NFT space. Currently right now, I think it's right around 1,000 Twitter followers. Very small group. It's growing. They're currently building out their Genesis ape at 444. I think they're at number 100. And Brian V is basically the artist of this group, and they just got a really tight knit community currently with 100 members. So of course you got others in line waiting for those Genesis apes, myself included. Of course, anything that we go over, I'm invested in, because if I believe it in the long term, in a macro view, of course I'm going to put my money into an investment and share just my thought and my perspective. That's all this is. I'm not trying to shill projects your way, just trying to give you a perspective into my world a little bit, into my line of thinking, letting you ultimately decide for yourself how you want to handle it, okay? So just want to put that out there. Now, coming back to the Steezy Ape Gang, I do want to point out that with the 100 that they currently have out there in the Genesis, 444 of them. The floor price is 5.9, and it jumps pretty quickly right after that, 7.5 up to 9 to 10. So I do think, no idea where that floor price as more Genesis apes come out, but the Genesis ape is going to help give you a whitelist spot, a couple whitelist spots, I believe, into their 4,444 collection. That's going to be computer generated. So right now, all of these pieces are hand drawn by Brian V, and it's got drip, it's got tattoos. These dudes are tatted up, and it's got some of the sickest artwork in the space, in my opinion. Now, if you do, they got all their whitelist spots for the Genesis apes are taken up, but you can still get yourself, if you don't have that 7.5 ETH, it's still a pretty big high floor of 2.1. It's anything with lines, and that's the piece I actually currently have, is a dime line. So I'm in a kind of a waiting period until my name gets called for my Genesis piece to be created by Brian. And from my understanding, you can also have a little bit of say on these pieces, and I'll show you a little bit further in depth what they look like, which is just, it's dope artwork with dope tattoos. And I'm super excited where this project's headed, because it's such an infant stage and so early on. And you can further investigate it for yourself, which I'll put links in the description below as well. So also want to just make sure is only lines. So you'll see like blackout. These don't give you a Genesis. It's only the line NFTs. I'm just drawing a blank here. There's going to be 10 of them within each. So if you click on lines, you'll notice there's 10 dimes. Currently one's listed for 2.1, 2.2. You'll notice these right clicks do not give you Genesis apes. Just remember, it's only the ones that are coded with lines. So gold lines, smoke lines, little blue lines. And then down here, the Merca lines. Basically, all of these are also, I think, VIP lines that are going to be given out. So you can follow Brian V, but also the Steezy Ape Gang on Twitter, and they do give out giveaways. If you join their Discord, they're doing a bunch of outreach as well. Basically trying to hype up the community, grow the community, because like we just said, it's all about community-based tokens, and this community is so tight-knit. I love what this community is doing right now, and I think how it's going to grow. I'm super intrigued with how it's progressing, and I can't be more bullish on where it potentially could go. So I do want to also hint on, if you do buy one of these lines, it'll give you into a Genesis spot, but also potentially some discounts on some in real life clothing line that is going to be coming down the pipeline. When that comes out, your guess is as good as mine. Go check it out. Go ask questions in their Discord. Here's some pieces. This is Hunter. As you can tell, they all have drip. They're tatted up, Everything's hand drawn by Brian, and we got a little bit of a Marshawn Lynch as well, a little bit of homage. You'll see some of these NFTs do pay homage to a lot of whether they're athletes or stars or, celebrities within, communities across the nation or the world, really. So I consider some really unique art pieces within this space, and do want to hint at this was for a Kincaid, which is the goalie for the New York Rangers currently. This piece was made specifically for him, as you can tell, Blockade Ape. So if this space continues to bring on some different influencers or celebrities, just like Bored Ape Yacht Club, it can blow up. But I do just like the current community of it. Everything's community driven for me on this list, and this is one of those tight-knit communities I think that's just in it to win it at the end of the day and be a part of something that's just special. So also within the community, some of them are creating some gifts that are just, as you can tell, I mean, come on now. Are you serious? This is beautiful. Beautiful. But that was the Steezy Ape Gang. Like I mentioned, link will be in the description if you want to further check them out. Number 2 on the list for some hidden gems is the Metaverse Travelers. This price floor is a lot lower, a little easier to access. I can't be more bullish on something that has such a low floor price, okay? You can get yourself into the Metaverse with a 0.015 ETH, which the reason why I'm so bullish is because one, for your NFTs, you get a 3D visual that you can take different PFPs for, but also these 3D models will be used within metaverses across the space, whether that's through Decentraland or LEAPN. And I just think I love the pieces that I have. You only need to have one to be a part of the community. Remember that there's 7,777 within this space. I should go over to the Meta Travelers main site real quick and give you guys a further look into, I've talked about these before. I'm pushing a little bit of knowledge and awareness into this space because it's one of those projects that is already here. You can get a part of it and be part of that community. And with the ever-growing metaverse, they're building out a planet basically within LEAPN, and they're building community access to that project, and tokenization's coming down the line. I will hit on that in a second because we actually have a nice little video for that, or not a video, I should say. But where are we going here? I'm all over the place, everybody. My apologies, got lost on it, but we're just going to move on real quick. This is their Together in the Metaverse, everyone joining up at the Metaverse. This is their plot of land. They have a good amount of land within Decentraland as well. Only another reason to be bullish, a part of that community. They recently did some artwork. You can kind of see it through the walls right here. An art challenge to allow people to create some art. The winner got some ETH, I believe, and maybe a couple other things. But it's just, I think how they're building their community is the right way for the macro view. So some platform roadmap to look at this within LEAPN. The alpha, this began back in 2021, so already has taken place. But some of the beta, once we get some access, I'll take you through that, so that way you can see that visually for yourself. But your character, there's going to be vehicle integration. Yeah, I said it. They're going to be collecting POAPs, personal avatar selection with MetaMask login, token gate access, multiplayer voice chat, world interaction. Like I mentioned, they are also going to have token integration. So bringing a token to this project and this specific community, I think is going to just be massively bullish, and there are going to be play to earn mechanics. So all of that being said, with a floor price of where it's at, I've given you a project that has a little higher floor price, a little more pricey, and it's more of an infant stage. This project right here is a great opportunity to jump in, especially if there's low gas fees. You can just jump into that project whenever you have that opportunity with low gas fees and get yourself one meta traveler that's just going to put you ahead of the game and be a part of a strong community for the future. So where they're building, this is their LEAPN project. I mean, come on. These graphics, they built these buildings out, these bridges. This is that land. They're going to be having over time as well, involving other species, I should say. The Nibiru is what's the currently 7,777 that is out there, that is already minted, that you can take part in. Also, if you want to check out a Genesis stone, which is 0.9, is all within the same community. This Genesis stone is going to give you a lot of access to a lot of different things. And some of the dope aspects is they're going to be dropped. They already dropped these videos on their YouTube page as well. This is from a motion comic from a Marvel comic creator. So took part in this, and Genesis stone holders will get this drop when this is finished. And then also they're going to be getting some vehicle drops, these hoverboards. Yeah, at 0.19 on the Genesis stone, you're going to get some hoverboards, and only Genesis stone holders, I believe, will get that action. So also, come on, like, it's just something that you can take to the bank, that this project over time is going to outpace a lot of projects that are currently ahead of it in price. But who cares, because the community is dope. So I'm going to head into my last project. My number one project that is blown me away so far, just came out recently, is CryptoMonks, with a floor price of currently 0.25. CryptoMonks right now only have a volume of 325 traded, but they just came out and just started. In order to get whitelisted for this spot, they had 8 temples where there was puzzles and riddles that you had to solve. And if you were one of the first, like in Temple 1, if you were one of the first 333 to solve it, then the temple closed. Those people got whitelisted. Temple 2, 3, 4, all the way to 8 came out. People that solved the riddles got in. Part of the whitelist at 0.08, so they didn't just gouge you out with price as well. The value that they're creating within this space is ridiculous, in my opinion. Basically, to give you a little bit of idea of where this project is headed, the alpha itself is what we'll go over in a second. But they're going to also have some free mints for weapons within the project. They're going to be dropping a light paper shortly. When they do, I'll give you that content a little bit more and a deeper dive on why I'm so bullish for this project. It's a little bit of an unknown on this project. They just hit 10,000 within their Twitter page, and I only expect that to grow even more and more as this time moves on. But the reason why I'm so bullish on this project alone for it is it gives you access to AMAs like what we had last night. This AMA was there was an invite to Patrick Larson, which is the CEO of ZenLedger.io, which helped immensely with taxes for the crypto market. Asking questions, getting questions answered all over the place. And that was just for one AMA. Tonight, they're going to be giving a discussion on ERC20 tokens and how to create liquidity if you wanted to create your own ERC20 token. Tomorrow, they're going to be talking about ERC 1155 and how to deploy smart contracts. I mean, that type of content alone, it's like giving yourself a membership for this space. And you got a membership where you're going to be able to create knowledge or gain knowledge through surrounding yourself with smart people. And at the end of the day, that membership, you can resell it to somebody else, and maybe at a higher value, maybe a lower value. Who knows what that future holds? But at the end of the day, it acts as your membership pass, that NFT. And then there's going to be on top of that more value for that NFT when the light paper comes out. When it does, I'll give a deeper explanation into it. I just love this project because of the content that they're already bringing. They're delivering utility right off the bat. Very unknown project that you should get yourself familiar with. So that's my 2 cents all the way on some hidden gems. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Until next time, everybody. Peace.